horn does not work, neither do any of my buttons in my steering wheel. My clock spring is damaged, so I got my clock spring in the mail. Basically, I've been driving around not being able to use anything in my steering wheel nor my horn. My airbag light is on and stuff. I drive a 2022 Ram 3500. These trucks, you're gonna have 2 batteries, 1 on each side. Get those battery terminals removed. Remove them from the battery. Give it about 5 minutes to kill every single lick of power that the truck is going to have, because you don't want an airbag to your face. That will probably hurt. After you do that, you're going to jump on each side of your wheel. You're gonna have one little hole here, and then let me show you this side, and you're gonna have one right there, okay? So as you can see, I popped one side out. I used maybe like a 8 to 9 inch Allen wrench, and I stuck it in there. You kind of have to finagle it and have a feel for it. I pretty much pushed the pin down while I kind of pried it out with one hand. Popped right out, and then I'm gonna pop this side out, and I'm gonna show you guys the next step. All right, both sides are popped out. All right, as you can see, what you want to do is undo these clips. This thing will pop out completely. Then we can start working with the steering wheel to get the steering wheel removed. You have to undo a few bolts down here, which we'll get to. Lift this part of the dash, not the dash, but like the column here from the steering wheel. Lift that up, and then you'll be able to get right to the clock spring. So in my truck, I had 3 connectors, 1, 2, and then the third one is right here. And then you have one that holds in, which isn't really a connector, but it holds in your cables in place. Get that removed. When you do this, pay attention to how your cables are, so you could run it back the same way, and then you don't have anything being pinched when you are putting everything back together. You're gonna undo this, and then you'll undo this main bolt right here. So a bolt is released. If I were you guys, I would mark it so you know you put it back in the same exact spot towards the bottom. Line it up. That way when you put it back in, you know there's no issue. Your steering wheel should be really straight there. Alright folks, steering wheel is done. Now I did mark it. It'll only go on one way, but I did mark it with a Sharpie down to where it connects on the wheel itself. Just to make sure it's centered. Again, it'll only go in one way though. Here's our clock spring. That's what we're going to be replacing. And then to remove it, I did not use a puller. I kind of just banged around the steering wheel and finagled it out, and it came right out. We're gonna have a few clips. You're gonna have to pop these out here, and then you're gonna have a few, I believe, on the bottom. When you drop this, you're gonna have a screw down there, and I'll get to that now, and I'll show you guys that process. I don't know if you can see that in there, in here as well. They are T20, so got T20, maybe about 8 inches long. It should go right in there, and then we're gonna pop these out. Also, you can just pop this back, but let's remove those screws, and then we're gonna be able to drop this, raise this, and get to the unit we need to get to right here. All right, our bottom plastic is dropped. Again, there's 2 screws you're gonna put on each side here. It's gonna drop right out as soon as you undo these. Now we have the clock spring. All right. So what I would do is match them up, make sure they're the same, look at them. If you have a fancy truck or whatever, you're gonna have like certain stuff here, like to move your pedals, okay? In this case, I don't have anything here, okay, because I don't have that option in mine. Though you may, if you have an option here, there's literally a tab here you would pop out, pop it into the new one. It's plug and play basically, and then you can put your new unit back on, okay? This is your grenade pin. You do not move that until the job is complete. Make sure this will unwound, and then you will have a damaged spring if you unplug, if you pull that plug or anything without having it properly mounted on there and secured. So do not do that. Alright, so once you have, like I said, everything taken out, you're gonna have a screw here, okay? That's a screw. You're gonna have a screw as well back here that you're gonna remove back here. Before you do all that, unplug all of these connectors that you have. You're gonna have one back here. You're gonna have one here on the side. You're gonna have another one right here. Unplug all those connectors. You don't want to damage any of that stuff. And if you do want to damage it, don't unplug it and pull it. You'll do that. All right, old one is out. And then we're going to transfer this stuff over, whatever you have. Like I said, do not pull any of this stuff. Transfer everything you have over carefully. So when you're transferring the stuff over, I noticed that this spring right here, okay, for your turn signal popped out. Put it back inside that hole and then just make it clip together, okay? So there you go, you'll hear it snap in place. I'm assuming that's what throws this not too sure. I don't know if that's what turns this, makes it pop back in place or not. I don't know, but that's where it belongs. So make sure you put that back in its spot. To put everything back together, throw it in there, start connecting where your wire plugs go. You have one on the bottom there, one on the top. Start connecting your cables where they go after you transferred everything. I also had to transfer this right here, okay? So this is one T15 there, one T15 here. From the old one, I took it out. You can see it down there. Put it in the new one. All I had to transfer was this and my turn signal in my truck, my model at least. And then this plastic cap that I took out and never put back in. So that literally just goes like this, snaps in place. So then that goes in like that. So technically three things: my turn signal, this part, and then this bottom module right here. Basically is everything I had to transfer in my truck. And then let's throw it back in. So I got my column back in, screws are in. Okay, you have three, two on the sides here, remember, and then one down here. On the left side, there's going to be two holes. There's going to be the one on the left. Again, do not touch this. Now we're going to throw the steering wheel back on. Remember to make sure your wires are running properly so nothing gets pinched, okay? So my screw there is torqued. I do recommend you do your research and check on how much you have to torque that down to. I hand tightened it. Not hand, but like I added some oomph to it, but I got it in there, okay? And then now we should be able to pull that grenade pin, so that's done. I've been wanting to do that, yet I've been scared to do that, because now if I did something wrong previously, I'm screwed now, because, well, the clock springs in and the pin's pulled. So now just connect your stuff, put them where they belong, and then again, fingers crossed and hope my horn works now and all my stuff here. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm not gonna lie, it's always so sketchy, and these are color coded. You have the yellow and the black tabs, so again, you can't really mess that up. They only go in a certain way, but it's always sketchy. You're always like, I hope the airbag doesn't blow up in my face, but I got one connector left. Push the steering wheel back in. I almost forgot to mention, so these pins have to be pushed in so it kind of looks similar, okay, to this. So if you look in here, that is inside the groove here. This one is not, so that needs to sit in here. So you literally get something, you push it in through right here. You can push it in right there, and make sure that that is sitting in here, okay, similar to this one. So that way, when you push your airbag in, it'll click and it'll engage, and then that way your airbag, whatever you want to call it, is in place. All right, so it popped in. Now we're just gonna connect both of the batteries back. Fingers crossed. We'll see if it works. All right, y'all. So good news. My steering wheel is working again. My horn works. We did something right, guys, so that's good. I've had this down for like 3 months now. It's been so annoying. I bought the part from Clock Spring Experts, and I paid roughly $229. Mind you, the part alone at the Dodge was like $800 at my local Dodge, plus the work. Let's say $1,600 is probably, I think, the estimate I had gotten. $229. If you have an issue with your clock spring, you can get it fixed yourself. It's pretty simple. Just be careful with, like I said, the airbag and all that. You want to make sure all that's good. And all right, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. See you guys.